And to begin, we will begin with the starting lineup for the visiting Prairie Grove Tigers.
Okay.
At guard, 6'1", senior, number 22, Delton Rhodes.
Delton Rhodes. He is a
at guard, 5'10", senior, number
6'1"
32,
senior.
Chad Battles.
There's Chad Battles, number 32. Chad,
Forward,
senior, 5'9".
senior, 00, Marcus Patterson.
Another senior, Marcus Patterson. So there's three seniors are going to start tonight.
Junior, number 20, Peyton Sims.
Peyton Sims, a junior, 6'1".
At forward, 6 foot.
And
senior,
Cameron
3,
Dowdy.
Cameron Dowdy.
Dowdy's a 6 foot. So our tallest man on the court tonight is going to be 6'1". But we got a lot of between 6'1" and 5'9".
Yep. Got a lot of tweeners, as they like to call them.
Lincoln.
Senior, number 3, Horatio Escarino.
Horatio Escarino, I guess that's the way you say that.
Close enough, I'd say.
Number 20, Aaron Moss.
Junior, number 22, Tyler.
If I'm not mistaken, Tyler played quite a bit as a sophomore last year, if I remember correctly.
I don't remember.
Number 24,
Another sophomore. Escarino, we got another. That's Osi Escarino.
center.
And the center,
Number 50,
Zach Summers. Zach looks like a pretty big young man right there. Looking at the size differential tonight, Lincoln may try to go inside to him there.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see if they can get him established early. Just from looking at it, he's going to have a size advantage on us.
Those that are watching, please go to pgtigersonline.com to the comment page. Let us know where you are watching from tonight. We'll recognize you as you do. Looks like Peyton Sims is going to be jumping, and Summers gets the jump, works it back, and that's Moss is going to take it. And Escarino, I'm going to struggle with that one all night. Number 22, I'm sorry.
50.
Number
Instead
50.
of moving back
Wow.
screen right there.
number 50, Zach Summers.
And Lincoln full court press here. Let's see how we handle it early.
There's Patterson. There's Battles on the left side. Brings out Delton Rhodes. He's the most experienced player for the Tigers. And there's Cameron Dowdy for three. No good. Nice rebound by Sims. Battling inside, gets it out to Rhodes. Rhodes thinks about it. He goes back out. There's Dowdy.
Well, I think we're going to find out if we can shoot the outside shot. Lincoln's in that 2-3 zone, going to pack it in. Actually, 1-3-1 zone.
Dowdy over to Battles. Battles first shot. Bottom! They're going to only give him two. Chad Battles hits the shot. We talked about him in the pregame, and
no hesitation on that shot. No thinking about it. He just let it fly.
And there's number 24, Escarino.
Escarino for three.
Peyton Sims over to Dowdy. Dowdy drives the baseline, and he's going to step out of bounds, and it's 3-3, Wolves and Tigers, and both traded a couple three-point baskets.
Actually, Lynn, they called that a 2 on Chad.
Oh, okay, that's right.
His foot was on the line.
I actually said that. I was so excited. Nice hands there by Patterson. Battles comes up with the loose ball. He brings it down, and he lofts it over to Rhodes. Rhodes looking for somebody, gets it inside. Sims mishandle on the pass, and Escarino to Escarino. I think it's either Escarino or Escarino.
I think it's Escarino, but I'm not for sure on that.
Escarino, we'll go with that.
Delton Rhodes.
Rhodes, number 22, with his first foul. Gets it into Escarino. There's Osi Escarino and Horatio Escarino, and there's Tyler Dye. Rhodes to Battles. Battles, oh, he had a shot. He's going to go for three. No good. Down the rebound comes Escarino. He gives it to, I'm going to assume they're brothers or cousins.
I think they're brothers, yep. Oh, he walked, didn't he?
Gives it out to Dye. Dye, a little jumper there. Nice rebound by Summers. Turnaround jumper, no good. Rhodes battling for rebound. And he's that was Escarino, shot it from the ground, and now Delton Rhodes. Rhodes drives to the hole, no good. Down rebound comes Summers. Escarino, there's Patterson. Oh, nice move by Escarino. Nice move there by Escarino.
Really nice move. Really faked us out on that play.
This game's got pretty high tempo right now, Derek. That nice drive there by Dowdy. Gets it to Sims. Sims jumper, no good. Down the rebound, that's number 20, Aaron Moss. Moss, there's Escarino.
I don't think a fast tempo is necessarily a bad thing. If we can just play under control, we'll be okay.
Chance to get easy baskets when you have that kind of pace.
Yeah, wear the other team down a little bit if you've got any depth at all.
Escarino drives. And the Escarino brothers, assuming they are brothers, they are taking control of this game. There's Sims, and Sims is going to be fouled. That's Ossie Escarino on the foul. And Peyton, we need these 2 free throws, buddy. Again, go to pgtigersonline.com. If you're watching, you'll have to open up another browser. You'll have to open a second browser. Go to pgtigersonline.com. Let us know where you're watching tonight. Sims misses the first shot. 7-2, Tigers trail. 4:46 to go here in the first quarter. Both free throws are missed. There's Patterson on the rebound. Now Delton Rhodes. Prairie Grove gets a couple chances after 2 missed free throws and comes up empty-handed. And Delton's got his second foul. Delton got his second foul quick, and with 4:35, that's not what we needed.
And that's a frustration foul because Rhodes thought he got fouled, and then he took his frustration to the defensive end of the court. You can't do that, especially when you've already got 1 foul early in the ball game.
And really, I mean, he's one of the leaders on this team, if not the leader on the team, and he's got to play under control. And
yeah, you're right.
Nice shot there by Summers. And Lincoln has stretched out to 9-2 lead. Battles on the left side. There's Patterson inside to Sims. Over to Cameron Dowdy. He drives the baseline up, and he gets the basket. Cameron Dowdy.
Yeah, maybe that'll stop the bleeding, so to speak. We scored the first 2, and then they rattled off 9 in a row.
There, he walked there. I think the easiest way for me to do this tonight, I'm going to go H. Escarino and O. Escarino. That was H. Escarino, number 3. 4:01, Prairie Grove trails 9-4. Patterson brings it in to Ty Tice, the sophomore. Now also in number 31, Jordan Baumgardner. Jordan impressed me the other night in the black and gold game. He just was hustling, got a lot of loose balls, scored a few points.
He can fill the same role that Barnett fills for our girls team.
That is Ossie Escarino. He hits a 3. And Lincoln stretches out 12-4. Timeout for the Tigers. We're going to take that timeout with them. The score, Lincoln 12, Prairie Grove 4.
Whether in sports or banking, competition is healthy for a community. If you consider all the choices you have in banking today, the Bank of Fayetteville stands out. The founders of the Bank of Fayetteville realize the importance of giving back to the community, not only for the Tigers on the field tonight, but for the future Tigers to come. The Bank of Fayetteville believes that the folks of Prairie Grove have great potential, and they have that one goal in mind to help you reach that potential. You see, with this thought process in mind, the community wins. The Bank of Fayetteville, banking on your potential.
Well, Derek, we come back, and Prairie Grove down early, and their player with the most experience is already on the bench with 2 fouls.
Yeah, it's going to be important. Coach Ed is typically one of those coaches that will save his players from getting into too much foul trouble, but he will not be afraid to bring Delton back in if the game gets a little bit away from us. You know, we've got to keep it close here with these guys that we've got out on the floor. And, you know, a lot of unproven players out here that are going to have a chance to step up and keep this game close and get us back into it.
Some new players in for, let's see, Peyton Hulse is in for Lincoln.
And we've done a good job of breaking the press. Just hadn't
Dowdy drives, and Cameron Dowdy, he's taking it to the hole. He's got 4 of the 6 points.
Number 3, Cameron Doty.
Escarino battles guarding Hulse. That's Moss. And it's a backcourt violation on the Wolves, and now Prairie Grove with a basket here gets right back into this thing.
And one thing, and right now Dowdy is probably our best offensive player, but on the defensive end, he's guarding their best offensive player. So he's going to have to do a nice job on both ends to kind of get us through this early part of the game.
I'm a little surprised. There's Dowdy for 3, no good. I'm a little surprised that Lincoln took out Summers with with his size. He has got a huge size advantage.
And the only thing I can think of is maybe just to give him a quick breather. You know, early season, not a lot of teams are going to be in shape.
Tyler Dye is a junior. He's got a nice release on the ball. Gets it out to
Mid-range jump
Baumgartner.
shot is a lost art.
There is, whoa, that's going to be way off. First shot of his high school career, Tyler Tice. And
Yeah, we could call that a pass.
nice seat, there he is. Good rebound there by Baumgartner. Nice position. He's not real tall, wide body, but nice rebound there. And there's Dowdy for 3. Bottom!
There you go.
And Cameron Dowdy has 7 of the 9 Prairie Grove points.
Number 3, Cameron Doty.
You know, they're going to let us shoot the 3-point shots, and that's the first one we hit.
Dowdy was shouting out some orders there, and Escarino. That Dowdy again, he's taking and driving, and he's going to be fouled. Yeah, Dowdy on the defensive end that time was trying to tell someone where to go, and there was Escarino went right around him.
Yeah, if you're going to leave anybody open at this stage in the game, it does not need to be Escarino.
Ossie Escarino is a sophomore, and has he got 11 points?
10 points.
10 points already
10
tonight.
points. We're tied up with him tonight, 10-10.
Dowdy hits another basket, or a free throw.
You know, Dowdy's really stepped up to keep us close within striking distance here. He's got 7 points.
Nice rebound by Baumgartner, and he gets it back again. This time up and good. I think he may have actually gotten fouled there by Summers.
He may have, yeah.
That's what I told you.
Good finish.
I like your comparison to him and Brooke Barnett. Not that, just the way they play. They're both. They get the loose balls. They're in the right place at the right time,
and you need players like that if you're going to have some success. You've got to have people know the roles, and right now Baumgartner's filling his.
Well, Baumgartner's 5'11". He plays bigger because he's got such a big body. And there's Ty Tice. He brings it over. He's going to drive all the way to the basket. Nice job by Ty Tice, the sophomore. And that's got to give that sophomore some confidence.
Yeah, that was big. Nice job. We've got the momentum right now, Lynn.
Well, I got to tell you, it's nice to see you had Baumgartner and Tice and Dowdy all step up during that series, and the Tigers are only down 16-14 with 118. We were down as many as 8 points. So.
Yeah, and with Rhodes on the bench, we've been able to cut that lead from 8 now down to 2 points, and we're right back in it now. Important for us to close out this quarter and keep it close and maybe see Rhodes enter back into the game into the second quarter.
Again, I want to remind you, at the end of the game, we'll have a Steak and Shake player of the game. And we'll also want to remind you, please go to pgtigersonline.com, pgtigersonline.com, and let us know where you're watching from tonight. That noise you hear in the background is the Lincoln Band. We're right by them, and if it gives you a feel for being at the game tonight, that's how loud it is here.
And the band is in mid-season form from the sound of it.
There's Moss with the ball. He's guarded by, that's number 23 into the game, Brad Harton.
Yeah, you made a good point, Lynn. Summers back into the ball game. He didn't stay out too long.
He's got 3 seconds in there. He's been in there for a while. Nice post job by him. He had the luxury of being in there for half a minute, but there's Dowdy in the corner, and he's been hurting him over there on that baseline, and he gets it over to Harton. Brad Harton is a 6-foot senior. He's another wide body. Ty Tice, he's thinking about it. Dowdy, a long three, no good. There's Bob Gardner again. He's battling, and he's in there against a much bigger Zach Summers, and he's, I'd say
right there. That's effort.
Lincoln doesn't have the size of their players, but I got to say Summers is, 6'4"?
I would think so. We're elevated, so it's really hard to tell, but he's a big boy. I'm surprised he's not a football player, to be honest with you.
He's got
that
size.
He could be a nice tackle for the football team.
There's Peyton Sims. And with 0.3 seconds, as tough as the hold we had in the first quarter, you can't get a shot off from 0.3. Don't foul, Cameron. Be smart. And that's the end of our first quarter. And after 1 quarter of play, Prairie Grove trails the Lincoln Wolves 20-16.
There's been a Davis at the counter of Sterling Drugs since before most of us were born. As a matter of fact, Sterling Drugs been at the same location in Prairie Grove since 1918. And while a lot has changed in the medical field, quality customer care is not one of them at Sterling Drug. You'll find the latest in all prescriptions explained to you by Gary Davis. He's been doing it for nearly 30 years. As a matter of fact, Gary's only going to charge you for the medication. His experience, he's going to throw that in for free. Keeping you healthy since 1918. Sterling Drug, 125 East Buchanan in Prairie Grove. Proud sponsors of Prairie Grove Athletics. How do you tell someone that they're special?
Flowers and friends.
How do you tell someone that they're loved?
Flowers and friends.
How do you tell someone happy anniversary?
Flowers and friends.
And how do you express your deepest sympathy?
Flowers and friends.
In Prairie Grove, when your message needs to be expressed with flowers, be it fresh cut flowers or one-of-a-kind silk arrangement, think Flowers and Friends or drive by 114 East Buchanan, or you can call them at 846-2137. Flowers and Friends, flowers, gifts, and more with that hometown touch.
Derek, we're going to sit here. We got a little adjustment there on the camera, so while Steve makes the adjustment, let's go back to the action now. And Tigers have the ball, trailing 20-16. Delton Rhodes back in the game, and that's playing with 2 fouls.
Yeah, he's going to need to be smart for this quarter, not pick up that third.
There's Dowdy for 3, bottom! And Cameron Dowdy has 11 points, and that was a big 3.
Well, we've kind of weathered the storm, Lynn. It looks like we're going to be a 4-quarter game.
Nice play there. That is H. Escarino.
Yeah, they're 2 good players.
Those Escarino brothers, and I don't think they gave Lincoln their points that time. I think there they go, 22-19. Dowdy again, a long 3, bottom! He is hot! Oh, he is hot!
Yeah, they're going to have to come out and guard him now, aren't they?
And he can drive the baseline as well. So
yeah, we've already seen him put it on the floor and score a couple of 2-point baskets.
Nice defensive play, and they're going to call a jump ball. Peyton Sims, very smart, nice play there, and he gets the tie up. The ball is going to go to Lincoln.
They got the arrow pointed the wrong way, but we did get the ball at the quarter, so they just failed to switch the arrow.
And now Delton needs to be careful not to pick up that third foul. Shot there by Moss, no good. Delton with the rebound. He comes out.
And Dowdy's open.
Dowdy's open again. Oh, and he's calling for it. He drives the lane, passes over to Ty Tice for 3. Bottom! Oh! There we go, Derek. Look at that. It's 25-22. Prairie Grove's got the lead.
We've calmed down a little bit, and now we've heated up.
Wow.
Good to see.
And Peyton Sims playing the much bigger and larger
that's
Summers.
a cheap foul.
And Delton gets the third foul. And now coming into the game is Battles and Harton. He's going to give Dowdy a little break.
You know, Delton did have his hands on the driver, and they will usually call that, but it didn't look like to me that he forced him in any direction. We've seen that call go. We've seen that be a no call a lot.
Wow. I started saying
now that's a foul.
That's a foul. 4 fouls right now on the Tigers, and 3 of them are on Rhodes, and that's the first on Patterson. 25-22, Tigers lead after trailing by as many as 8 points. Escarino to his brother, Escarino.
Good help deep.
Oh, Marcus asking for a push there.
And that was really good help defense on that lob pass by Marcus. He came from all the way over from the other side of the lane to pick that pass off. Just unfortunate that he landed out of bounds, it looked like.
Patterson, Hart, and Sims, Tyson Battles in for the Tigers. There's Escarino. He goes baseline, and they're going to call blocking foul on Patterson. He quickly picks up 2 fouls. We talked about that in the pregame a little bit, that now that might be one of his Achilles heels.
Yeah, definitely. He's been known to kind of get into a little bit of foul trouble, and that's his second, and now he's going to have to play real smart here. You know, Lynn, we're doing too much reaching with our hands. We're not moving our feet quite enough, and that's what's gotten us to foul trouble so far.
Peyton Sims gets a nice block, and now the Tigers with a chance to go up by 5, maybe even 6 with a 3-pointer, and Harton looking inside for Sims, back out to Harton, over to Tice.
Well, we've moved the ball pretty well.
And they're going to call Marcus for a walk. And I believe Baumgartner is going to come in place of Patterson.
Yeah, probably a good move. Let Marcus calm down a little bit. Maybe get him back into the game before halftime. That's one frustrating thing about basketball. You know, we've been talking about a lot of football, but you can't foul out in football. I really wish they'd change the rules to where you didn't have to foul out in basketball.
There's Battles, should get an easy layup, up and good. Chad Battles with his 4th point of the game. 27-22, the Tigers lead. And there's Escarino. There's Summers, gets it to the H. Escarino, and inside to his brother, Oski Escarino. They went dry there for a while. There's Battles, he drives, pulls up jumper, good. You said that in the opening, he had a nice pull-up jumper, and he just nailed it.
He really does, has a really good touch, but down here on defense is where our problems are starting, Lynn. And Escarino, how do we not know where that guy is? He ends up right underneath the basket for an easy layup. He's too good of a player to give that easy look to.
Battles pull-up jump there gives him 6 points on the night, and I like what I'm seeing. You know, we talked a lot about Delton Rhodes in the opening. Delton hadn't scored yet.
Yeah, he's having a tough night, and kind of he's going to be the guy that we need to go to and expect to carry us a little bit. But so far it's been Dowdy and Battles carrying us on the offensive end. Offense has not been our problem thus far in the game. It's really been defensively where our problems have started.
He walked.
And as I say that, we turn the ball over. But overall, our execution offensively, I think, has been pretty good. We shot the ball decently well, too.
24-29, 4:12 remaining. Prairie Grove leading 29-14. I believe it was 16 to 7 or 16 to 8 at one time. So the Tigers, nice defense that time. Tigers with an opportunity to go up by 7 and leading 29-24. 4 minutes to go here in the first half. Dowdy with the ball at top. Dowdy's wanting to shoot. I can tell by the way he's moving.
Yeah, he is.
And there he tries to pass it off to Sims. Escarino with the ball. He passes it up to his brother. That's H. Escarino there. And going to dribble off the foot of, I don't know, I think that was Dowdy covering him there. Dribbled off his foot. Lincoln will have the ball. Ossie Escarino. And Dowdy's not giving him a lot of room. Hulse.
I see that's a good job by Harton right there, moving his feet, just keeping Escarino in front of him.
Boy, Peyton Sims is being aggressive also on defense. He is making Summers work for everything in there, and Summers has him by a few inches.
And Sims has done a really good job of not fouling too. He's playing aggressive but playing smart.
Turnaround jumper there by Summers, no good. Gets it to Battles. Battles, pull up jumper. Oh, nice hook. There's Baumgartner again. Oh, he got hit in the head.
Elbowed, it looked like, but it looks like he's okay.
There's Tyler Dye. There's Dowdy. He's going to drive coast to coast, and we get a chance for an and one. Tigers leading 31-26. How many points is that for Dowdy?
I've got him down for 16 with a chance for 17
wow.
right here. He's really carried us, and he's tired.
Coming in is the sophomore. That is A.J. Plemons.
And Matt Glenn has checked in too, Lynn. He's a senior point guard for us. He's going to try to give us a few good minutes here.
Well, I got to tell you something. A.J. is one of the most improved players I've seen over the years.
Yeah.
I mean, in Pee Wees, I remember him playing on the B teams.
Is that right?
And it's nice to see that because that helps young guys that are on those B teams to give them some confidence going, hey, you know, there's a day when you may play on the high school team, and he's playing as a sophomore tonight. Summers gets a second try, no good. Escarino battling inside, and there's Baumgartner. I love him. I love the way he plays so hard. And there's Dowdy. He gives it to A.J. Back out to Dowdy. Dowdy's going to pull it out. 2 minutes, 20 seconds. Dowdy spinning, goes. We got a break right there.
We kind of did. I think that went off Dowdy, but we'll take it.
Yeah. 34-26. The and one a while ago by Dowdy, and Battles. Oh, no. Turnover there by the Tigers.
Backcourt violation against the Tigers.
In the game right now, Baumgartner. Now Tice comes in for Dowdy. You got Battles, Tice, Baumgartner, Plemons, and Matt Glenn. A lot of inexperience on the court right now, but playing hard. Battles, guarding Hulse. There's Escarino.
And we've got a fresh player on Escarino. Matt Glenn just came off the bench. He's going to be able to have fresh legs and hopefully stay in front of Escarino.
And there's A.J. Plemons. He's one of my favorite players because he's worked so hard over the years. And there is Todd Tice. He drives. He feeds. Battles for three. No good. Nice rebound there by Baumgartner. We talk about him being in the right place. He's a bruise. He's a bruiser.
He's just going to get the ball. He's ending up in the right place, and good things are happening for him.
You really got to like how hard he plays, and he's only 5'11", but he plays like he's 6'4", 6'5".
And I don't know if you know, Lynn, he is from Lincoln. He grew up in Lincoln and moved over a couple years ago. I don't know, maybe a 9th grader or 10th grader to Prairie Grove, so he's probably playing a little more inspired this ball game. Oh,
Battles for three, bottom, and Battles now with 9 points in the game, 37-26, and you got to like the way what we're seeing right now. 11-point lead for Prairie Grove, once trailing by as many as 8. And they've done a really good job in the last few times down the court.
And Lincoln's trying to get Escarino the ball inside, and Plemons is doing a nice job of denying him.
Tyler Dye, and there's Matt Glenn going up strong for rebound, approaching the 1 minute mark. Oh, don't throw it away. Baumgartner hustling. There's Tice. He gets it out to Battles. Battles short jumper, no good. Plemons with the rebound, goes up, and he's fouled. Man, Derek, I like the way these guys are playing. They're playing hard.
Well, we talked about it before the game. It's going to be effort. You know, they're not going to be the most talented team probably, but they can win some games with effort and executing. And so far, they've done a pretty good job. There's been some rough patches along the way here in the first half, but overall, not bad.
And Plemons gets on the board with some points. And here's what I think is very impressive. Coming into the game is Peyton Sims. Baumgartner is going to take a rest. Prairie Grove has played 10 players tonight at least?
Yeah, I'll count it up at halftime, but I was thinking we've gone deep into the bench and kind of had to with a little bit of foul trouble.
And Plemons misses a second. I think we are I think we're 3 for 6, or no, maybe 4 for 7 from free throw.
I think you're right. I think it's 3 for 6.
Well, no, because he made an and one.
Oh, that's right.
So it's 4 for 7.
Right.
38-26. Tigers lead. 50 seconds to go here in the first half. Ball gets out to Ty Tice. There's Battles. Battles feeds into Peyton Sims. Over to Ty Tice. Tice. Nice pass. Gets it out to Battles. Battles pull up jumper. Short. Battles has kind of gone cold on the last few jumpers, but
his legs are gone.
But look at that defense there by Battles. Nice hustle by Chad.
I know.
You know, the thing about Chad is off the court, he's always smiling. That kid, he's always smiling. It's good to see him having a good basketball game tonight.
Yeah, he's played well this first half.
Escarino, there he gets it into his brother, and that's the first basket for Lincoln in a while. 38-28. Prairie Grove should just go for one shot here.
One shot. Let's try to take this double-digit lead into the half. Play smart right here.
Battles gets it out to, there's Ty Tice for 3, no good. Battles battling for the rebound.
Don't foul.
Don't foul.
That's okay. They're not in the bonus yet, Lynn.
Is that Peyton Sims?
I believe so.
And how many? Is that his first?
Yeah.
That's good in a way. He's played hard. I would have probably called a couple more fouls on him tonight. Oh. Well, it's halftime here in Lincoln, and Prairie Grove, after trailing by as many as 8 points in the first quarter, now lead 38-28. Stay with us here. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll come back. We'll have some stats, talk about tonight's game, and we'll be right back with you right after this.
So you're having a fundraiser, but you don't want the same old, and you want a project that is turnkey, and you want a product that is fun and flavorable. By the way, that's a brand spanking new word. Well, think Ozark's Delight Lollipops. It's unique, it's fun, and it's highly successful. And a great way to raise some funds and have some fun doing it. Did I mention that it's flavorable? Check out the website, ozarkdelight.com, or call them at 1-800-334-8991. Ozark Delights, America's #1 fundraising lollipop, says, Go Tigers! Whether in sports or banking, competition is healthy for a community. If you consider all the choices you have in banking today, the Bank of Fayetteville stands out. The founders of the Bank of Fayetteville realize the importance of giving back to the community, not only for the Tigers on the field tonight, but for the future Tigers to come. The Bank of Fayetteville believes that the folks of Prairie Grove have great potential, and they have that one goal in mind to help you reach that potential. You see, with this thought process in mind, the community wins. The Bank of Fayetteville, banking on your potential. PG Telco, built on community, focused on progress. But what does that mean to you? It means that you get to keep up with all your sporting events associated with Prairie Grove Athletics on a website furnished and maintained by PG Telco. It means that the folks at PG Telco have an interest in you, your kids, your school, and your community. And they're focused on progress. They're committed to bringing you the very latest in technology for your home or your office, for telephone, internet, long distance, or direct TV. Think PG Telco, built on community, focused on progress. There's been a Davis at the counter of Sterling Drugs since before most of us were born. As a matter of fact, Sterling Drugs been at the same location in Prairie Grove since 1918. And while a lot has changed in the medical field, quality customer care is not one of them at Sterling Drug. You'll find the latest in all prescriptions explained to you by Gary Davis. He's been doing it for nearly 30 years. As a matter of fact, Gary's only going to charge you for the medication. His experience, he's going to throw that in for free. Keeping you healthy since 1918. Sterling Drug, 125 East Buchanan in Prairie Grove. Proud sponsors of Prairie Grove Athletics.
We're back with you. It's loud here tonight in Lincoln, and Derek, after a slow start, Prairie Grove come back strong in the second quarter.
Yeah, definitely. Down 8 early by our count. It was the most we got down, and it looked like Escarino was going to have about 50 points, in his first high school game. But we did a nice job of settling down. And it seemed to me that the tempo picked up, and that's when we were able to get offensively into a rhythm. hit some three-pointers from the outside, got to the free throw line a little bit, and then we did a nice job of containing Escarino a little bit better in the second quarter, of keeping a man on him and keeping him in front of us. And he's the only one that's hit a three-point shot for Lincoln. So I would like to see us in the half court maybe just back off of a little bit from everybody else and pack our defensive end and just try to keep everything in front of us, because when we came out and rushed out on them a little bit too aggressively, that's when we got our fouls, and that's what got Delton Rhodes into foul trouble. But, hey, if I would have told you before the game, hey, Delton's got 3 fouls at halftime, and he's got no points,
I would have.
what's our chances?
I would have said we don't have a lot of hope for tonight. But I'll tell you something. What I really like is how other players have stepped up.
Yep.
Cameron Dowdy has stepped up. Chad Battles has stepped up. Jordan Baumgartner has really stepped up. Not in the points as much as the rebounds and the hustle play. And then, Ty Tice has also played. I mean, he's a sophomore, and this is a good game for a sophomore to start in. A team like Lincoln, who's very competitive. We still may beat us for the night's over with.
Yep.
But at the same time, you're not playing the Huntsville or
Well, and we talked about it before the game, was who's going to step up to give Rhodes some support. Well, we didn't expect them to have to give that support with Rhodes not even out on the floor.
Right.
So as you said, you made a good point that they've stepped up and they've not had kind of their leader out on the floor. So that's really positive to see. So for a young team, first game of the year. But, Tice, we didn't talk about it, was on the baseball team.
Mm-hmm.
And he's played in some pressure situations. He started for the baseball team during the state championship game. So he's been in pressure situations, and he's come in and done a nice job of responding and hit a couple of baskets, made some good passes, and played some pretty good defense.
Well, and, there's been a lot of loose balls received tonight. And how many players have we had play tonight?
I forgot to look at that, Lynn. Let me count it up real quick. How many would you guess out of 15 that are on the roster?
I'm going to go with 11.
One under, 10.
Really, yeah.
So you made mention of it late in the first half, about 10 players, and you were right on.
Yeah, I went 10, and I said, well, if he asked me, I'm going to go 11. So,
I was playing mind games with you right there.
Well, I'm really pleased with how we've played so far. We're going to take a couple more commercial breaks right here, and then we'll come back. We'll actually go through the stats, get ready for the second half.
What does it take to win a President's Award from Ford Automotive? It takes hard work. It takes dedication, teamwork, a lot of the same ingredients that Coach Absher looks for in his Tiger football team. Well, at Lewis Ford, they won the President's Award because they delivered award-winning service before, during, and after each and every sale. That's the standard that's been set at all of the Lewis Automotive dealerships, be it Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, or Jeep. Lewis Automotive, delivering award-winning service since 1947. Lewis Automotive says, go Tigers! Let's face it, life's moving along at a faster pace these days, and every now and again you find that one stop that allows you to catch your breath. That one stop that reminds you of the good old-fashioned values. The one stop that hand-dips their ice creams and makes hamburgers to die for. The one stop that can furnish you with propane and pizza and everything in between. And they usually call you by your name and ask you about your family. Well, that place in Prairie Grove is Frederick's One Stop, serving Prairie Grove since 1975. They say, go Tigers!
How are you, bud?
Well, good. Derek, we're sitting up here, and we always get people pass by, and one of the crowd favorites last year, always chanting for Kramer, Kramer, Kramer. He just came up here by us and shook our hands, and it's always good to see him.
I'd say he's the most popular player from last year's team, right? And
yeah.
now he's going to be on camera.
Yeah, here he is right here.
Right
there he is, Kramer Anderson. Good to have Kramer with us. Well, Derek, as we get ready for the second half, we see the Tigers down here warming up. And let's go down the stats real quick for the first half, or the scoring at least.
All right, we'll start off with Lincoln, of course. Is it O or H. Escarino? Which one?
H. Escarino's number 3.
H. Escarino has got 4 points. His brother, O. Escarino, has 14 points, and he leads the Lincoln scores. And then Summers just with 6 points, a little bit quiet. probably going to try to pound him the ball, I would expect, here in the second half. And, really, Lynn, they tried to get him the ball and lobbed it out of bounds a couple times. And then a couple other times we made a nice job of help defensively and stole the ball away. And then Dye's got 4 points. And then for the Tigers, Cameron Dowdy, 17 points to lead all scorers. Chad Battles with 9 points. Ty Tice with 5 points. Baumgartner with 4 big points and lots of crucial loose ball rebounds. And then A.J. Plemons came in and hit a free throw for us. So that's all the scoring for the Tigers. They played 10 players. 5 of them contributed scoring. And that's without Delton Rhodes, who we kind of expect to be the leading scorer on the year. And I'm expecting Delton to come out, play much better defensively and more solid offensively. And, hey, we got a good chance of winning the game. I didn't want to jinx this, but I talked to Coach Edmiston yesterday, and he told me he didn't think we were going to have two. He thought this would be a pretty good offensive team. The key was going to be defensively, and at first we got off to a slow offensive start, but we really picked up 38 points and a half. You can live with that.
Right.
And you're going to win a lot of games if you're on pace to score 76 points in high school. But the key is going to be Escarino, Summers. Can we contain those two guys, keep them in check? If we do, I say we've got a better than average chance of winning this ball game.
Well, and, can we get some point production out of Delton Rhodes in the second half? I mean, my hats are off here in the first half. Cameron Dowdy really took over. He gave us the spark we needed, got us back in it. Battles hit a few big shots. And then I have to, again, the loose balls by Baumgartner. And, early start talking about steak and shake players of the game. But Baumgartner, I'm going to see how he does in the second half.
He's a candidate, right?
Yeah.
He's in the running.
I mean, not necessarily the points, but he has gotten so many rebounds.
Yeah, he has.
So
up with a lot of loose balls, played some really big minutes.
Well, looks like Prairie Grove's going to get the ball to start the second half, and the starting five back starting Sims, Dowdy, Patterson, and Rhodes.
Lincoln Wolves at 28. Prairie Grove Tigers 38. Throwing the ball in for the Tigers, number 00, Marcus Patterson.
Delton Rhodes at the top of the key, and Prairie Grove maybe will get a fast start here. Man, there's Dowdy all alone. Dowdy.
Yeah, they closed out pretty quick on him that time, didn't they?
Delton Rhodes trying to hit Patterson, and there's Battles. He types it over to, there's Dowdy for three, no good. Escarino with the rebound, and Escarino hit.
Play by Rhodes. He could have contested that shot, but he did not want to pick up his fourth foul, so you give up the 2 easy points for the foul.
And I'll tell you what, Escarino also made a nice play there. There's Battles, pull-up jumper, no good, gets his own rebound. Battles inside, there's a nice pass by Battles to Peyton Sims. That's a good play there. You miss your shot, and instead of running down the court like you made it, he fouled a shot, got the rebound, made a very good pass to Sims, and we get the foul.
And the shooter has a better idea of where that ball is going. The shooter will know if it's short, long, left, or right. Chad knew exactly where the ball was going to go, and he chased it down, then made a nice pass, and hopefully we'll get a point out of this.
Sims misses the first one. I think this is 0 for 3 for Sims from the line, and 0 for 4. Patterson battles hard for the rebound, goes up, and they're going to call. They're going to call him there. If he hadn't have come down, they may not have called him for that foul if he'd gone straight up.
Yeah, you're right. I think that's the second rebound we've gotten off free throws tonight. Nice hustle by the Tigers.
Marcus Patterson now from the line. He gets the first one. Knocks this down, and the Prairie Grove lead could go back to 10. They've had as big as a 12-point lead in the game. Been down by as many as 8. Patterson for the second shot, and it's no good. They're going to call Sims over the back on that one.
2 on him.
2 on him.
Yeah, I was going to say Sims, he's 0 for 4 at the free throw. He's got a pretty good looking stroke. It's just not going in right now, and that'll be one of those things that your free throw percentages will usually get better as the year goes on.
I'll tell you, if Lincoln's got a couple football players that are going to help them out, they're going to be pretty salty in their conference.
Yeah, they really could be. I know West Fork's traditionally a good
Delton
team.
Rhodes all alone lays it up, and Delton gets his first points of the night. coming with 6 minutes and 43 seconds to go in the third quarter.
Hopefully that'll get him going. Boy, he exploded on that drive right there.
Not a wise play there by Patterson, reaching like that.
Yeah, it's just we're not moving our feet. The times we've been getting hurt on defense is when we don't move our feet. We want to reach, and that's going to get called 99% of the time in our conference.
Jordan Baumgartner in. H. Escarino, he's in, and whoa.
I think the ref wanted to call a foul, but he just couldn't bring himself to do it for some reason on that play.
I mean, he must have dropped his whistle or something.
Maybe so.
And that ball's going to go. That's going to go to the Tigers.
Was that Dowdy that got a hand on that? Or
him and Battles both were over there
Battles
helping
got
out.
a hand on it. Nice job.
Rhodes gets it over to Battles. Back to Rhodes. Baumgartner in the game, and Dowdy. Be nice to see him heat back up some more. Peyton Sims, and he feeds Dowdy. Dowdy a little. He went a little floater, and Dowdy now with 19 points, and Prairie Grove has got their largest lead of the game at 43-30.
Yeah, we need to keep the pressure on. Don't be content with this lead because, as we've seen, Lincoln's got some firepower.
Turnaround jumper by Summers. And Escarino gets up the loose ball. He feeds his brother. And Ossie Escarino with the basket, 43-30. How many does Oski have?
18 points now.
18 points. So him and Dowdy battling here for a high point of the game, and there's fire and miss. And who's over there chasing it down, Derek?
Yeah, every time the shot goes up, I've been watching Baumgartner, he goes to the basket. He tries to get a rebound. His thought is every shot's going to be a miss, and I'm going to go get the ball, and he just ended up a little bit short that time.
Coming in for number 20, Aaron Moss.
Yeah, that was a shame defensively on that last possession. We had two guys on the floor, and they ended up with the layup, but not for a lack of effort right there.
Peyton Holtz with the ball. Tigers leading 43-32. There's Escarino driving, and there's Holtz with the ball. Battles covering him. Feed inside, and the ball is going to be knocked out by Baumgartner.
Did you notice Rhodes on that defensive trip when his man attacked the basket? He just gave him space, let him go, kept his hands out so the referee's not going to call a little hand check, and that's a smart play. That's what he's got to do, especially with 3 fouls.
Escarino drives, and there's Dowdy battling. Tie-dye gets the ball back. Now Escarino is not afraid to drive.
No, he's not. He's aggressive, and for a sophomore, he's going to be a nice player.
I'd say he is a nice player.
Yeah, you're right. He could be
nice
really
cut
nice.
there by Battles. Battles pulls up jumper. That's over. Summers, and Battles goes to double digits with that shot. Impressive. He's got to have him several inches, and he shot over him. Nice basket by Battles.
Very good touch from the mid-range from Battles.
And Summers comes back and answers 45-34.
That was too easy, wasn't it?
There's Battles. He's going to drive. He's going to take on Summers again. This time Summers does not let him have the basket. Nice defense there by Zach Summers.
It was. He just waited on Chad to come into him and just put his hands up and got the block.
If you're watching, please go to pgtigersonline.com. Let us know where you're watching from.
Summers he's tired. He's really struggling to get up the floor.
Escarino feeds Dye. Nice, easy lay-in. And the 13-point lead's been cut to 9, and Prairie Grove with 3:45 to go needs to keep the pressure on. Dowdy, a long 3. That's going to be short. Battles gets the rebound, and he's being hacked there by Escarino.
The game has slowed down, hasn't it? We've had a long time of action without a stoppage, it seems like.
There's big Baumgartner going in. He's going to draw the foul on Summers. Not pretty, but it'll get him to the free throw line.
It doesn't have to be pretty all the time, does it?
You know what? I'd rather be ugly and good than pretty and not too good.
So what really amazed me about the people, I get on some of the Hogville's message boards, and the people complaining about the Razorback football team, and they were winning ugly a couple weeks ago, and Man, you'll take those every week in the SEC.
In and out for Baumgartner on the free throw. I don't know if you have all our free throws, but we have got to be shooting under 50% tonight.
Yeah, we've struggled at the line. You know, we probably could be up, at least 15 points if we could have hit, the majority of our free throws, I'd say.
I always like to take this stat. If you say, okay, if we made half of the ones we missed, not all of them, but half of the ones you missed, then that's reasonable.
Yeah. And I know that's something, they work on every day. It's just a matter of focus and bringing it to the game, and sometimes the pressure gets to you a little bit when you're the only guy out there and everybody's watching you and the pressure's on.
Fatigue?
Yes, fatigue, definitely.
Nice rebound by Dowdy. Dowdy,
look up, Dowdy.
He's trying to look up, and then you kind of saw that coming, didn't you?
Yeah, it's a little bit too late. He tried to get a handle on the ball and just couldn't get control of it. But, they get Summers out of the game, and then they put Escarino inside. They're really trying to get him the ball. We've got Rhodes, probably our best defender on him right now. But Rhodes with 3 fouls. He's got to be smart.
You said that, and I got a little worried there for just a second. But he's going to drive all the way the whole. Nice job there by Delton Rhodes. He stretches the Prairie Grove lead back to 11.
Give us our points.
Give us our points, scoreboard.
They have not given us the points yet, Lynn.
They sure haven't. I may have to send somebody over there. They're missing 2. There they go. They got it.
Okay.
Back to 13-point lead. Back to the largest lead in the game. I didn't even see who made the basket. I was so worried about a point.
Hit that.
Tice.
Yep.
Timeout White. And with 2:17 remaining here in the third quarter, the score, Prairie Grove 49, Lincoln 36.
PG Telco, built on community, focused on progress. But what does that mean to you? It means that you get to keep up with all your sporting events associated with Prairie Grove Athletics on a website furnished and maintained by PG Telco. It means that the folks at PG Telco have an interest in you, your kids, your school, and your community. And they're focused on progress. They're committed to bringing you the very latest in technology for your home or your office, for telephone, internet, long distance, or direct TV. Think PG Telco. Built on community, focused on progress.
Okay, we're still here at a timeout right now, and let me check the comment page. Watching from Salt Lake City, good half for the boys. I guess you're going to have to outscore everyone this year. You guys do a better job than Chuck, Keith. Who is Rick, though?
Rick must not be here tonight, I guess.
I believe that's Craig Battles. I think he's traveling tonight with his work. He's one of our sponsors with Ozark Delight Candy, and I think he's actually out there at a convention of some sort for work. Craig, thanks for letting us know that you're watching tonight. There's Summers in and out. Dowdy battles for the rebound. All right, there. Come under control, Cameron.
Yeah, we don't need to be in too much of a hurry.
Craig, glad you're able to watch tonight, and your son Chad's doing a nice job. There's shot by Brad is off. Brad Harton battling inside is Harton. He's going to be over the back and call for the foul. That's the 4th team foul on Prairie Grove here with 1:38 to go in the third.
And that time you saw Tice going hard after the offensive rebound. He actually saved that ball, got it to Baumgartner, and Jordan just couldn't get the finish to go, but good hustle. You're seeing a lot of hustle tonight.
Holst bringing the ball down for Lincoln. He's got a lot of, he didn't start, but he's got a lot of playing time tonight.
Yes.
Holst is in. He's a sophomore himself. So some of those sophomores you mentioned about earlier, they're going to call Patterson, I think, down low.
And if I'm correct, I think that's 4 on Marcus, so he's going to have to come out.
And here comes the sophomore, A.J. Plemons.
Number 00, Marcus Patterson. Replacing him will be number 33, A.J. Plemons.
Right
he's a
now,
6'1", yeah.
I'm sorry, Lynn, go ahead.
No, he's a 6'1" sophomore, and he's got maybe another year or two to grow. Still looks like he
Yeah.
doesn't have all the hair on his leg yet,
Right,
so maybe he
yeah.
can grow a little more.
Yeah, you could tell he's a sophomore, but he's done a good job for us tonight. And they've got Escarino on the bench. Well, the sophomore Escarino, the one that's been hurting us so bad offensively. And
There's Escarino there, and he misses the three. And there's Baumgartner with a nice rebound.
Foul, goodness.
There's Ty Tice. He gets it down to Harden, and that's Escarino. That's a hard foul on Escarino going after the ball. That is H. Escarino. 57 seconds to go here in the third. Prairie Grove 49-36. Scoring slowed down a little bit in that quarter.
Yeah, it has. Legs, you can kind of tell, are going a little bit. We seem to be a little bit of a deeper team right now. It's one of those things where Lincoln, when they're down, it looks like they may have to press, but I don't know if they've got the legs for it. They're wearing down as well.
Dowdy driving the baseline. He's going to go all the way from one side, goes back again. This time he feeds Clemens, and Clemens, the sophomore, goes up real strong, draws the foul. You got two sophomores on the court right now. You got Clemens and Ty Tice, and I imagine Tice is going to get a lot of playing time this year.
Yeah, I think so. He's done a nice job while he's been in there. That first shot he took, kind of got his feet wet into the ball game, settled down, and done a nice job.
Clemens, nice free throw shot there. That's pretty.
Nice touch. You're talking about Clemens being on the B team growing up. It reminded me of Tanner Gallman. I don't know if you remember a few years ago, because all the way through Pee Wee ball, he was kind of a B teamer, and then he just exploded. Maybe AJ will do the same thing for us in the future.
That shot on the way, no good. There's Baumgartner. I'm surprised I didn't get him rolled back.
As it goes down to the ground.
That boy hustles. I'll tell you, I love to watch him play. There's Moss for three, no good. And who gets on the other end? There's Baumgartner again. 28 seconds to go. Feeds it. There's Clemens. Clemens gets the basket.
4 points.
He has got 4 points tonight, and nice contributions. And Prairie Grove has stretched out to a 16-point lead. The way this thing started, I'd have never thought I would be saying Prairie Grove was a 16-point lead.
Yeah, when Rhodes missed, most of the first half, he wasn't even out on the floor, and we've got a nice lead and going to have a chance to win it in the fourth quarter if we just hold on to it.
Well, Coach Ed is resting Battles and Rhodes and Sims right now. Only starter in right now is
Dowdy, right?
Dowdy, and there's Escarino misses and down with the ball. There's Tice. Oh, yeah.
At the end of the third quarter, Lincoln Wolves 36, Prairie Grove Tigers 52.
After 3 quarters, Prairie Grove leads 52-36.
So you're having a fundraiser, but you don't want the same old, and you want a project that is turnkey, and you want a product that is fun and flavorable. By the way, that's a brand spanking new word. Well, think Ozark's Delight Lollipops. It's unique, it's fun, and it's highly successful. And a great way to raise some funds and have some fun doing it. Did I mention that it's flavorable? Check out the website, ozarkdelight.com, or call them at 1-800-334-8991. Ozark Delights, America's #1 fundraising lollipop, says go. Whether in sports or banking, competition is healthy for a community. If you consider all the choices you have in banking today, the Bank of Fayetteville stands out. The founders of the Bank of Fayetteville realize the importance of giving back to the community, not only for the Tigers on the field tonight, but for the future Tigers to come. The Bank of Fayetteville believes that the folks of Prairie Grove have great potential, and they have that one goal in mind to help you reach that potential. You see, with this thought process in mind, the community wins. The Bank of Fayetteville, banking on your potential.
Well, we're back with you for the fourth quarter. Prairie Grove leads 52-36. You hear the Lincoln band in the background. I got to tell you, we got a nice lead, and it's good to have Lincoln. When they get the rest of their players out, they're going to be a good basketball team, I think, in the 1-3A.
I really think so. When they get some depth to their team, because right now you can tell they're kind of worn down and gotten a little fatigued. But, yeah, I think they're going to be a contender in their conference for sure.
Delton Rhodes with the ball at the top of the key. Tigers leading by 16. There's Battle, pulls up, jumper, no good. Delton Rhodes, they're going to call him over the back. That's his 4th foul. At this point, Delton, he's not got, his fouls have not real headsy, I guess.
Yeah, and they've been a little bit cheap. but at the same time, you've still got to be smart. You've got to be a headsy player. And, you know, he's a senior. He's a leader. And this just could be an example of maybe he's feeling the pressure a little bit too much and trying a little bit too hard. And sometimes you see that happen, knowing he's the only returning starter from last year. But, you know, he's going to settle down. He'll be fine.
Well, you know, it's interesting. They didn't change the possession arrow. They've not been on top of that tonight. We got the ball to start the fourth quarter, and now.
Yeah, I think it actually should have been their ball, right? Start the fourth quarter. I think we got the ball at the half, and I don't remember a jump ball in that third quarter. And even the refs are throwing their hands up like, what's going on?
They're looking for 1-and-1 here, I believe. Coach Ed doesn't look too worried about it.
He's not too fired up right now. 16-point lead.
Escarino, this is Ossie Escarino. He's on the way and good. He hits the front end of the 1-and-1. Try to get Coach Frow to get over here and get on the camera. He makes both of them. It's 52-38. Rhodes at the top of the key, and there he gets it to, that's Matt Glenn back in. Going to come across his battles. He does get the ball after it was tapped by a Lincoln player. Matt Glenn back to Patterson.
And really, Lynn, there's no need for us to force anything right now. They're allowing us to pass the ball, and we get a 3-second. I knew it was coming.
I say I like it called, and both times been called against us tonight.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. We need one to go the other way at some point.
52-38. Prairie Grove doesn't need to get in a hurry, but they also don't need to take their foot off the gas.
You're right, yeah.
14 points, you got 7 minutes still to go.
Still a lot of time.
That was nice play there by Peyton.
Yeah, he was beat on that play, but he did a nice job of hustling to get his hand on it and saved us a basket there.
I'm really trying to see how tall
and what is
Summers
Sims, 6'2"?
Shows Sims at 6'1".
6'1". I've got to say Summers is 6'4" at least, don't you think?
Yeah, so I was going to. That was Escarino. He's cooled down a little bit from a distance. Still driving the ball well. Here's Delton Rhodes. He's got Battles in the corner, and Battles dribbles out. Be smart on the passing, and there's Patterson. Patterson's got 4 fouls. There's Matt Glenn for 3. No good.
Oh.
Battles gets the rebound, and now Prairie Grove wants some more time off the clock. Down to 6 minutes, 37 seconds to go in the ball game. Patterson moves, drives.
Oh, my. This could be our night, Lynn. Things like that start happening for us. Nice.
You know, we've been talking about winning ugly.
Yes.
It doesn't get much uglier than that, Pat Thiem, and then it goes in, I'll tell you. Patterson playing with 4 fouls. Delton Rhodes playing with 4 fouls. 6:34 remaining. Tigers lead 54-38. And it's 55-38. 17. This is the largest Prairie Grove lead of the game. 17 points.
Well,
H. Escarino out the holes.
Sorry, Lynn, I keep talking over you.
That's
25-point turnaround from that first quarter.
Amazing, really.
It really was. I mean,
the way we started, I was like, oh, there's Battles for 3. No good. The way it started, I thought, oh, this is going to be a long season. And I hate to say that, but it was true. I thought that in my mind. And then Prairie Grove pulled it together, and a lot of guys stepped up and played really hard.
And I like what we're doing. You know, Battles had an open shot. We're not letting off the gas. He took it, no hesitation. We got the rebound, and now we're trying to run our offense. So a good mixture of slowing down and being aggressive at the same time.
Sims, and now out to Glenn. Rhodes, there's Patterson. And back to Delton. Delton's going to fire up a 3. Bottom! And Delton Rhodes now with his 7th point of the game, and he was held scoreless in the first half, mostly because of foul trouble. Knocked away by Rhodes. 5.5 minutes to go in the ball game. Prairie Grove 20-point lead, Derek.
Feeling a little bit better about it right now. I really didn't think, you know, we had a 16-point lead at the end of the third quarter, but it didn't feel safe.
No.
You know, you never want to relax until the game's finally over, but I like our chances now.
And Rhodes comes up with a steal. He's going to drive. He adds Battles over. He goes all the way and in. Nice drive there by Delton Rhodes, and
For the Tigers, by number 22, Delton Rhodes.
there's Hulse. He drives, 22-point lead, and nice shot by Hulse.
Nice shot, nice drive.
Number 11,
First points tonight for Hulse,
Hulse.
60-40.
Yeah, I think you're right, though. When Lincoln gets their football players, they're going to have some depth. You can just tell they're not in basketball shape yet. And as much as you run in the off season, there's nothing like game experience conditioning. And there will be a big difference between their first game and their second game as far as conditioning.
Another smart play there by Battles.
Yeah,
Could have taken it and said, you know what, let's pull it out. He goes in there, he plays big inside. He's going to get fouled, and he's going to go to the line with a 1-and-1. You know, we talked in the pregame that we needed Chad to step up tonight, and he's got 11 points at the line.
Shooting 1-and-1.
Dowdy with
for the
19.
Tigers.
Boy, this has been a good game tonight for the Tigers.
Yep.
Chad Battles.
And Dowdy and Tice have both got some good rest minutes. They haven't been in this fourth quarter. So, you know, Matt Lynn came in and spelled Tice and gave him some good minutes of rest. And now maybe Ty and Cameron can get us to the finish line here.
Burning into the 1-1. Battles knocks it down. It's good. You know, last year we didn't go very deep down the bench.
Yep.
And, you know, when you got to 7th and 8th players, there was a big gap. This year, I don't know that the talent level may not be there, but the gaps aren't as big as you go down the list. There's Battles.
That's a really good
it's
point.
good.
There was quite a bit of difference between our first five and our second five. And this year, I think there's a lot of interchangeable players out there that you can give 5-6 minutes to here and there and you know, really contribute. I don't think there's been any drop-off from any of the guys that I've seen come in off the bench for us. I think our starting five has done a really nice job, but our bench, I've been really impressed with them. And
well, Battles left the game with 13 points, and there's Hulse. He takes a three, and it's off the rim. There's Dowdy with the rebound. Well, Derek, we don't have to make it now. We get down to 4 minutes. We start thinking about our steak and shake player of the game. I would have to go to the three that we start off with. We can think about a little more. Dowdy, he's got 19 points, made a lot of critical plays, kind of got the you know, kind of jump-started us when we really needed it. Battles also, there's Delton Rhodes. He's in there, and that's double digits now for Rhodes.
yeah, he's been a different player in the second half. That's 11 points all in this
They're going to hand check.
second half.
They're going to call a hand check there on Ty Tice. I'd say Battles has definitely contributed, hit a lot of big shots. And then, again, maybe not as many points, but Baumgartner has definitely showed a lot of aggressiveness. And he fall down on one end, and you go to the other end, he's got the rebound. Yep.
Yeah, he is really giving us some energy off the bench. And that's what you expect your bench to do, is to come in and when your team's going through a little rough patch, get you going again. And he definitely did that tonight.
Marcus gets the rebound at the Lincoln player missed the front end of one, and Dowdy takes out top of the key. He's going to pass it over to Tice, and now with 3:37, the Tigers with a 24-point lead. And there's a rebound by Hulse, or loose ball picked up by Hulse, and going to bring it down. And Lincoln still battling. Escarino, he's going to be fouled by Harton. Brad Harton, a 6-foot senior, big body inside.
Block against the Tigers.
Yeah, and I think he's going to be a contributor too this year. Have we seen anybody other than the 10 that played in the first half? Has it been those 10?
I think it's been those 10.
It's been 10 deep tonight so far.
Escarino makes it maybe with 3:21 left. I would like to see maybe us get a couple more players in that haven't been in tonight.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking at the list, the roster. Got Arguello, sophomore guard that can come in.
Luke Lloyd's gotten some playing time in the past as well.
Yep, Luke Lloyd. Zach Galligan has got a little bit of size to him. He's just a junior. Bradley Doublehead, he's another post player, sophomore, 6'2", tallest player on the team. Just a sophomore, and he's one of those that will contribute in the future for us. Dangerous pass there.
.3:14 remaining. Prairie Grove leading 64-42. And that's Escarino, and he knocks it down.
Two-point basket by number 3, Horatio Escarino.
Horatio Escarino.
Horatio. 8 points for him tonight.
There's Arden. He gets it over to Sims, out to Tice, and then Dowdy's going to take it up top of the key. You know, one of the things I went over to a practice. McKay, my son, helps out managing, and so I was over watching them. And the one thing I would say about this group, I think they'll make it interesting this year, they play loose. I mean, even at practice, they were loose, and not they weren't taking it serious, they were just loose. And, you know, I think last year there was some expectations pretty high because of the expectation high because we had a lot of senior leadership.
Yeah.
And so I think at times they felt that pressure. Now here comes some of those players into the game. Let's see, number 21, that's Zach Galligan. He's a 5'11 junior. You got number 5, Derek Arguello. Number 11, Luke Lloyd. Number 10, Spencer Kilgore.
For the Wolves is number 20, Aaron Moss.
And I can't quite catch that last.
That's Doublehead over there.
Brad Doublehead. He'll come in for Sims after the free throws. 64-44, the Tigers lead, and Sims makes the first one.
That's good to see him hit one of those.
Yeah, he's kind of been cold from the line tonight. That's his first point of the game. 2:43. And there he is again, and this time in and out. Not a bad shot, just didn't fall for him.
He's got a really good touch, it seems like. It's just a matter of the ball going down for you sometimes.
Doublehead's wanting some kind of stop in the action so he can get in.
For the Wolves by number 24.
Arguello brings it down.
Reno.
That's Kilgore. And there's Luke Lloyd, and nice pass by Lloyd inside. Oh, and
goodness.
Sims misses it there, and Escarino, he's got Hulse for 3 off the mark. And Doublehead's going to get a chance with about 2 minutes and 10 seconds left.
And I think that's everybody off the bench for us. Everybody's going to get some playing time tonight, which is always good for your team morale and chemistry, especially when you're able to get a win. Sometimes you get everybody in and lose.
And the way those first, say, 6 minutes of the game went, I was sitting there thinking if we play everybody, it'll be because we're down. But
and it looked like the Escarino brothers were going to outscore our entire team the way those.
Arguello for 3, no good. Yeah, those Escarino guys, and there's one of them there. He drives to the hole. They started off like they was going to with gangbusters. I'm like, man, this is going to be long. 148.
Thought, what have we gotten into tonight? Yeah, looked like it was going to be a long night, but goes to show you it's a long game. And sometimes, but tonight is a perfect example of that being true because after that first quarter, we had those guys step up that you mentioned. It was a totally different ball game from midway through the second quarter to this point in the game.
Well, makes both free throws, and 46-65, the Tigers lead. Arguello up top, and Derek, let's talk about the player of the game real quick. I mean, we've talked about 3 guys, and I think I would lean in recognizing the play of Baumgartner and Battles tonight because they both stepped up big. We talked about the pregame. There's Lloyd for 3, off the mark. But we talked about guys had to step up, and I'd say Baumgartner and Battle stepped up. There's Escarino for 3, but I would have to give the nod to Dowdy because Dowdy, not just because he had the most points, but his points came when we were down big, and then he just got hot and got us back in it, and then from that point, everyone else kind of followed his lead. So
yeah, and I would agree because we're down 8. We've got Rhodes on the bench, and it looked like the game could have gone from 8 to about 20 before halftime. And it was kind of his offensive scoring that gave us a spark, got us back into the ball game. And then I think Battles and Baumgartner supplemented him really well with hustle plays and then Battles offensively scoring. But, yeah, I agree. I think Dowdy got us going offensively at a time when it looked pretty bleak for us, to be honest with you, and kind of turned the game around for us. So I would agree with Dowdy.
Well, we'll name Cameron Dowdy, our Steak and Shake player of the game. Arguello misses the free throw. We're down to 3 seconds. So a lot of new players in for Lincoln. Number 10, that is Dylan McConnell, and McConnell takes it. Arguello guarding him. Then there's a steal. That's Doublehead with the steal. And Doublehead lays it up, and he gets 2 points on the night. 67-51. Brad Doublehead.
Hey, with the interception, if we want to go football term, we started the night off with football. Might as well end it.
And there's number 23, and off the mark, that was Justin Brewer, and the Tigers are going to get the ball. 17 seconds. Well, we'll remind everyone that tomorrow night we'll be starting from Prairie Grove Tiger Stadium. We'll start at 7 o'clock tomorrow night. We'll come to you. It will be Prairie Grove with Mina coming to town. We'll start at 7. The game will start at 7:30. Right after this, Doublehead misses, and then there's Galligan down to 2.5 seconds. Right after the game here, we're going to take a quick commercial, and we're going to come back, give you the final scoring stats, and close out our night. Stick with us right after the game. We'll get, like I said, quick timeout, and then we'll come back, finish up. Gallagher misses the shot, and that is the final score. The final score, the Prairie Grove Tigers, 67, Lincoln, 51.
PG Telco, built on community, focused on progress. But what does that mean to you? It means that you get to keep up with all your sporting events associated with Prairie Grove Athletics on a website furnished and maintained by PG Telco. It means that the folks at PG Telco have an interest in you, your kids, your school, and your community. And they're focused on progress. They're committed to bringing you the very latest in technology for your home or your office, for telephone, internet, long distance, or direct TV. Think PG Telco. Built on community, focused on progress.
Contest of the year, and Prairie Grove comes out to Lincoln, and out of 4 games here today, we took 3 of 4 with the junior high girls, high school girls, and high school boys winning. Junior high boys fell short, but on our high school games tonight, girls look extremely good, look like they're going to kind of take over where they've been the last few years.
Yep.
And the boys started off slow, but finished real strong.
Yeah, they really did. 8-point deficit. The crowd was into it. The Escarino brothers were on fire. And then we were in foul trouble. Our leading scorer, probably our leader on the ball team, is out on the bench with foul trouble. And then all of a sudden, we had guys stepping up and settle down and say, hey, I can do this. And I think they realized that. And they realized I can do it, and it doesn't matter who's out on the floor with me. And that's a big step for us. And, you know, I think both coaches, Coach Froud, Coach Evanston, have a lot to build off of. And you'll probably see a lot of improvement 11 days from now when we go to Greenland and have a better idea about who we are.
I like what you said, that people get confidence. I can do this no matter who's on the floor with me. And so I think as you look tonight, you really saw guys step up, and it may have been a blessing in disguise that Delt got in foul trouble, because it made us go, wow, we got to do something. And so, you know, like we said, Battles and Baumgartner and Ty Tice, Cameron Dowdy, our Steak and Shake player of the game, all stepped up. Well, Derek, if you could go through the scoring real quick, and we'll close out for the night.
Okay, Lincoln, it was O. Escarino. Is that right? Number 24?
Yep.
Or is he H. Escarino?
Ossie Escarino, number 24.
The sophomore, 24 points in his
Wow.
first high school ball game. Yeah, he's going to be a really good player. And on the negative side, somebody we're going to have to deal with for the next 2 years as they come into conference.
Absolutely.
So we're going to get to see him grow as a player. His little brother, Horatio, 11 points. And then Summers, 8 points. You know, he was a really big post player inside for them, just didn't get going the way they kind of wanted him to. And Dye had 6 points, and Hulse had 2 points. And then for Prairie Grove, a lot of players had some scoring. Dowdy led the way with 19 points. Battles right behind him with 13 points. And then Rhodes, all 11 of his points came in the second half. He really settled down and got going and showed us what kind of player he can be. Patterson with 4, Tice with 7, Sims with 1, Baumgartner with 4 points and a lot of rebounds. And A.J. Plemons, 4 points. And Brad Doublehead got a steal and a layup there to end the ball game with 2 points. So overall, really impressed with what we saw tonight. Looking forward. I think it's going to be a fun season for both teams.
It's going to be fun, and you know, it'll be interesting to see what we went on a streak with Farmington in basketball where we won like 2 or 3 years in a row without dropping, and now we're on the flip side of that.
Yeah.
It's time to end that streak this year.
Yeah, you're right.
So we got a lot of fun to look forward to. We'll come to you next with basketball. Will be November 21st from Prairie Grove Gym. We'll be taking on Greenland. Tomorrow night, we resume football coverage with the playoff game. Mina comes to town to take on the Prairie Grove Tigers. We'll begin our webcast at 7 o'clock. We look forward to seeing you then. Thank you and have a good night. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow night at the football game.